My Google Classroom presentation is on collecting data and peer review. In this case, I found that collecting data is actually easier to use in Google Forms, which is found on your OneDrive. From there, you can create any number of documents to assist in grading, reteaching, or just student observation and assessment. In this case, this file is going to be used for grading for a presentation on the class project. You can choose any number of questions. In this case, we'll do short answer for just simply inputting the student names and the group number for the presentation. From there, you can do any number of question types like multiple choice and checkbox. And for this, we'll use checkbox for rubrics. And after a little bit of work, you get this completed document that you can use for referencing while they're doing the presentation and for helping you determine final grades afterwards. And so to not mess up your template, you go into make a copy and you can title it for each individual group. And from there, you can change the title of that as well to suit each individual group. Once you've done that, you want to be able to fill it out. One of the things you can do is go into make a preview and fill stuff in. I started by obviously doing the student names, Stephen, Frank, and George. From there, you can answer the questions as the students are doing their presentations. One nice thing also with Google Forms is you can do assessments, things like quizzes. And from there, you can review students' data, what they got correct, what they got wrong, and how you can see what you need to do to reteach. You can view it as a class. You can view it as individuals and see how each individual did personally and what they may need more help on. You can also click on the little green button to open a Google Sheets so you can see the raw data such as their score, time submitted, names, and what they actually answered on each individual question. For peer review, we're going to be using Google Classroom. One important thing, you want to make sure students are able to comment. For this one, we want to use a discussion type forum, which means we want to use the question option. With the question option, we want to present what the project is or the peer review is, in this case 3D model. With the instructions, we want to tell them exactly what we want them to share for peer review. In this case, it is a link to a presentation or video about their 3D model. And then we want to give them the instruction to say, hey, you need to also comment on your peers' presentations and give some sort of meaningful feedback. In addition to that, you want to set a due date, obviously, so your students know when to have this submitted by. And you need to make sure it is set to where students can reply. Even though you have it set overall, you have to have it set for the individual. And then when you submit, it posts on there, and you're able to access this and come in and alter, add comments and whatnot for students. And then come in and see all your students' individual answers to it. You're able to then grade and assess.